Welcome into the world of HTML. 3. Boot up your computer.
Windows sign in dialog.
2. Grab some comfort food. 1. And let's go. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Quinn here, and I'm back with another episode in the HTML series. In today's video, we will be doing CSS outlines. But before we get into it, remember to stick to the end of this video where I have a fun riddle for you guys. Also, please remember to like the video if you love the content, subscribe if you're new, and to turn on that notification bell to be alerted whenever I post the next video. Also note that the instrumentals for this video have been provided by Inner Sanctum Entertainment Ltd. But without further ado, let's get right into it. In CSS, an outline is a line drawn outside the element's border to make it stand out. Remember in that video with the CSS box model, I explained to you how the whole box model of an element is set up. Outlines are mainly used to indicate when an element is currently active or focused. This is commonly used on elements such as buttons, links, form fields, etc. The outline looks very similar to the border, but here is how it's different. Outlines do not take up space. This is because they are always placed on top of the element's box. This may cause them to overlap other elements on the page. Unlike borders, an outline is the same on all sides. This means that outlines won't allow us to set different widths, colors, and styles for each side. Outlines do not have any impact on the surrounding elements apart from overlapping. This means that outlines do not increase the space between elements. Unlike borders, outlines do not change the size or position of the element. Outlines may be non-rectangular, but you cannot create circular outlines. So that is how an outline is different from a border. If you put an outline on an element, it would take up the same amount of space just as if it didn't have an outline. This is because it overlaps the element's margin and any surrounding elements. CSS allows us to set the style, width, color, and offset of outlines. Let's start with the style. The outline-style property specifies the style of the outline. It can have one of the following values. Dotted. This defines a dotted outline. Dashed. This defines a dashed outline. Solid. This defines a solid outline. Double. This defines a double outline. Groove. This defines a 3D grooved outline. Ridge. This defines a 3D ridged outline. Inset. This defines a 3D inset outline. Outset. This defines a 3D outset outline. None. This defines no outline. Hidden. This defines a hidden outline. For example, let's set the outline of an element to dotted.
P left brace. 2 space border colon, 5px solid black semi, outline dash style colon, dotted semi, no indent right brace.
Let's read that line by character.
O-U-T-L-I-N-E dash S-T-Y-L-E colon space D-O-T-T-E-D semi.
Note that none of the other outline properties will have any effect unless the outline-style property is set. It's just like I said in an earlier video. If you're baking a cake, you first have to decide what cake you want to bake before you can determine the size and the color and stuff like that. Now let's move on to the outline width. The outline-width property specifies the width of the outline. It can have one of the following values. Thin. This is typically about 1 pixel. Medium. This is about 3 pixels. Thick. This is about 5 pixels. You can also specify a size using length units such as pixels, centimeters, points, etc. And you can view my video on length units to learn more about those. Here is an example.
P left brace. 2 space border colon, 5px solid black semi, outline dash style colon, dotted semi, outline dash width colon, thin semi, no indent right brace.
Let's read that by character.
O, U, T, L, I, N, E, dash, W, I, D, T, H, colon, space, T, H, I, N, semi.
Now let's move on to the color of the outline. The outline dash color property is used to set the color of the outline. Here are the ways in which you can set the color. A predefined color name, a hex code, an RGB code, an HSL code, or you can use the value invert. This performs a color inversion which ensures that the outline is visible regardless of the color background. Now for the values such as the predefined colors, the hex, the RGB, and the HSL code, you can check out my video on CSS colors to get more information about using those. Now here is an example.
P left brace, 2 space border colon, 5px solid black semi, outline dash style colon, dotted semi, outline dash color colon, blue semi, outline dash width colon, thin semi, no indent right brace.
Let's read that by character.
O, U, T, L, I, N, E, dash, C, O, L, O, R, colon, space, B, L, U, E, semi.
Now let's move on to the shorthand property. We can also specify all these outline properties in one shortcut property. This is the outline property and can contain these three properties: outline dash width, outline dash style, and this one of course is required, and outline dash color. It can have 1, 2, or 3 of these values, and they do not have to be in any specific order. Here is an example.
P left brace, 2 space outline colon, 5px solid red semi, no indent right brace.
Let's read that by character.
O, U, T, L, I, N, E, colon, space, 5, P, X, space, S, O, L, I, D, space, R, E, D, semi.
Alright, so you realize that there are spaces in between each value. So this outline would be red, solid, and 5 pixels. Now let's move on to offset. The outline dash offset property adds space between the outline and the border of an element. The space between an element and its outline is transparent. Now this distance can be defined using CSS length units, and by default it is set to 0. This example specifies an outline 15 pixels outside of the border's edge.
P left brace, 2 space margin colon, 30px semi, border colon, 1px solid black semi, outline colon, 1px solid red semi, outline dash offset colon, 15px semi, no indent right brace.
And that is it guys for CSS outlines. Remember that the transcript for this video can be found via a link in the description that will lead you right to it on my website. But before we end this video, let's get into today's riddle. It's riddle time! This riddle is tricky. This riddle is hot. Can you answer this riddle on the spot? Now for the riddle in the last video, I realized that only one person tried it. And after 3 tries, he finally got the right answer. I'm a bit disappointed because I'm putting out something in the videos that can be a bit exciting for you guys to increase your critical thinking skills. And this also means that some of you guys don't even watch the videos to the end. I would really appreciate the participation because I even think I have a giveaway coming up, and if you guys don't participate, I don't know how you expect to be rewarded. But the answer to the riddle in the last video was bacon. So it starts with what a baker does, which is bake, and the last part of the name was a trickster, which is con. So I just want to say shout out to Christian Lazarev, who actually attempted last week's riddle and he got it after his 3rd attempt. Now here is today's riddle. 4 hungry pit bulls were racing home for dinner. The fastest one was in the lead, but then he could not keep up. So the other 3 passed and left him behind. What time was it? Now this riddle is much easier than the one for last video, so hopefully more of you guys will try it out, and I want to see your answers down below in the comment. But that's it guys for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and expect more exciting videos from me soon. But that is it. Remember to like the video if you love the content, subscribe if you're new, and to turn on that notification bell to be alerted whenever I post the next video. Thanks again for watching. I love you and I'll see you next time.